Hello, everybody! Welcome back to my channel. My name is Almiron, and I am playing Final Fantasy Tactics: The War of the Lions. Last time, you saw a couple of random battles. They went faster than they did the first couple times. That's because I'm getting stronger, and I'm also remembering how to play the game better, with a few minor mistakes, obviously. And we learned, we saw Daisadark scolding Ramza for ignoring orders, and then Duke Larg came in, so we met Duke Larg, and Ramza's got an assignment to go attack one of the Corpse Brigade hideouts, and then after Ramza and his friends had left, we found out that Daisadark and Larg are plotting things, and they were probably instigators, or at least possibly even fully behind the kidnapping of the Marquis by Gustav. So, this game is an interesting game because it came out around the time of Final Fantasy VII, like I've said, and I guess 7 started to do this, but even 6 had started to do this, but it's like, this is full-on shades of gray. There's not really much black and white going on here. There's no, at least at this stage, there's no explicitly evil force going on. It's just politics and, oops, that's not what I meant to do. Words are escaping me. I'm so sorry. I'm recording a couple of these in a row because I'm feeling up to doing videos right now, and so I want to kind of get a few of them done, so keep some momentum up so that I don't lose sight of this project that I would like to follow through on. I actually also want to do Let's Plays of Final Fantasy X, which I've never finished, Final Fantasy XII, which I've never finished, Final Fantasy Dimensions, which is iOS only, and I think is not as well known as it should be, because I think it's a really good game. That said, I only played it once, so I could be remembering things poorly. I just remember enjoying it. You know, I might even go from this game to the Tactics Advance games to Final Fantasy XII, just to be like, this is the history of Ivalice games, and kind of see how things mesh up. I think that might be cool. But that's a long-term project. All of those are long-term projects. Even this is a long-term project because, you know, as much as I say it's a relatively short game, it's still a lot of time to put into a game. And I'd like to finish it. So I gotta keep the momentum going. I gotta do this when I feel like it, so that I don't get into a funk and lose track. So your feedback definitely helps. I enjoy getting feedback on these things. Alright, so my goal is to get to Garland Magic City so I can buy a rod for Errol. I made it! Haha! Take that, random encounters. Alright. Now that said, when I optimize... Yeah, red hood, leather plate. Ooh, an ice rod. Actually... Let me see. HP plus 24, MP plus 8. So, these clothes, these are like the not metal are clothes, plus 16 plus 5 MP. These ones start getting into a bit of nuance on. It's no longer straight upgrades, because these can be worn by classes as disparate as the archer, the ninja. Those are like physical attack classes where you want hit points and power, and they run up to things. Well, archers don't. Ninjas do. But also by your mages, who want a lot of MP, you know, don't care so much about the hit points because they're kind of standing in the back. I guess thieves run up and hit things. So it starts to be a balance of which class, like the basic optimization, is going to go for hit points all the time. But like, you're going to want to start paying attention to, well, this one is MP plus 8, HP plus 24, so it is a strict upgrade over the plumed hat. So we're going to go with it. The leather plate is HP plus 18. That's it. So if we try on leather clothing, that's HP plus 10. So it is a straight upgrade over leather clothing. But the hempen robe has MP plus 10. So if we do this instead of the leather plate, then Errol gets more MP to cast spells, which is, I mean, like what the Black Mage is supposed to be doing, less HP. This is maybe another reason I don't tend to go with magic classes, except for like one or two of my characters, because I generally don't want to deal with all of the nuances here. But you know, it's good to know, and I think it's worth doing, so I'm gonna do it. I actually only need one hempen robe because I got another one as a drop, so don't let me buy one for Cold Run here. So for Cold Run, put back the leather plate. We still have 2,000 gil. So let me see who else. Rank and screw you, Argith. I'll come home. I'll get you when I can afford it if I want to. Actually, yeah. So let's see. What can I get? Oh, I can just barely afford it. Yes. Do it. Oh, I didn't notice the flame rod. So keep keep the blind knife. That's gonna be a good knife for now. Oh, I was like, scroll down. I can sell. I'm gonna sell the rod. Because now we have Ice Rod, Flame Rod, that's going to be less powerful than the basic rod. The Oak Staff, I have to go look at what they actually have for sale. Plumed Hats are straight up outdone by the Red Hoods, so we can sell those. The Leather Clothing are straight up outdone by the Leather Plate, / outdone by the Hempen Robe for my mages, so I'm going to sell those. Let's see. Oh, they sell blind knives now. So Flame Rod boosts fire element. Interesting. So again, I hadn't really paid this sort of thing too much attention, because I don't usually use magic casters. But so I've got one Ice Rod, one Flame Rod. I'm going to go ahead and grab a Thunder Rod too, in case I decide I really want to use that. The rods might be a thing where that re-equip option would be good, if you weren't too concerned about gaining JP as quickly as possible the way I tend to be. Just because you could be like, oh, I'm going to switch out my Flame Rod for a Thunder Rod because it's raining and I know Thunder does more damage in the rainstorms. I'm going to buy the White Staff because that is an upgrade to the Oak Staff, and then I'm going to sell the Oak Staff. Where are you? There you are. Oh yeah, that's the other thing I need to do. Oh! Did you see that? 5 points to whoever noticed that. As I scrolled past, high potions are available now. So at this point, I can already buy high potions. Errol's the only one who can use high potions, because I haven't leveled anybody else up in Chemist yet. See, the grinding in this game is really fun for me, I think, because you get a lot of rewards out of it. Like, I don't care so much about the leveling up, and if I could decrease the amount of experience I gained, I would do it. I'm not sure if there's a way to do that, other than, like, having the people you want to grind up jobs hit lower level people that you don't care about or something. I guess that might work. Bring a level 1 squire in and just have them punch the squire until they get their job levels up. Oh, I would feel so bad. But, like, I feel fine when I have my people punch each other to get job points, but, like, that just feels like they're bullying the poor squire. That's not good. So, jeez, I got off track again. Where's my train of thought going? But like grinding in this game for me is like unlocking job abilities, and you do it relatively constantly. Like you gain the job point boost and dragging out a fight as long as I can so that I get as much JP as possible. I like doing that sort of thing because I get immediate rewards that my characters are better at what they do. If that makes sense. So that's kind of why this particular game and games with the Final Fantasy games with the job system like this, and other games with systems that are similar to the job system from Final Fantasy, that's why grinding in those is kind of fun for me, I think. Also, I like the battle style here, but it's fun for me because I can see immediate improvements that even like level grinding in a standard Final Fantasy game, like Final Fantasy IV, for example, you can level grind and you get better, you get higher hit points, and your stats will go up. But it's much more of a subtle change. Like you don't really feel the change for like 5 or 6 levels, and that can still take a lot of time. Not as much time as grinding in this game because the style of the combat is time consuming, but there it is. Anyway, so I think I'm going to move on, and we're going to try to get through the next story fight. The meta there, because I'm getting back to the point where I remember. I guess it's this first squad, no matter what. I'm very distractible apparently today. Very distractible. I'm remembering the layout. So this is basically the one that the starting position I run into most often on the Mindalia Plains, where this empty space next to Iraq is like big rock, and then like over next to Ramza, yeah, next to Ramza is going to be that other rock, and the chocobos from way over here will come over, and if they start in this corner. So the knights in these two positions are where the chocobos can reach, or panthers if it's panthers. So putting the knights there is the best idea, and then keeping my squishier units away from that is a good idea. So, commence! One goblin. There's going to be more than that. I'm sure. Right? Yes. Panther and goblin. See? Oh yeah, Ramza is actually standing on the rock, and the panther can come over and hit him. But then, yeah, see, next to Errol is the rock you can't stand on. So the thing about this rock is that it's tall enough, and Ramza's got enough jump that you can jump over the enemy. That's kind of fun, isn't it? I don't know. I like that sort of thing. Feels very, very cinematic in its little tactics way. No, one more way. Oh, right. I switched away from the... See, I gotta get used to things. I switched to the longbow away from the bowgun. So all my talk about grinding and leveling up, I have also learned that you can do too much grinding at this stage in the game. You can be too strong, straight up. Okay, not too strong. I mean, if you want a challenge, you can definitely be too strong. But you can get too high a level where the thing is that your equipment that you can buy, like we just did that shopping trip, that keeps up based on where you are in the story. And you can get to a point where you really need the next set of equipment, or the enemies will be so high level that the measly stuff you have on now just isn't enough. And then you start really struggling with a basic fight. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. There's a so it's not guaranteed, but that was pretty cool. There's a chance that these elemental rods, if you attack with them, will then just cast the basic level of version of their element. So yeah, I kind of thought so. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. Black magic, not fire. We'll do blizzard. It costs the same. And we're going to put it here. And then if the goblin happens to come next to either of them, they take a hit. Now, unfairly, in my opinion, I'm pretty sure the AI knows where I'm casting the spell. I mean, I guess I can do the same thing, and the AI just isn't smart enough to lay traps like that. But, I mean, it feels fair when I do it. So they're not going to walk into a trap. But hey, look, I just warded off an attack for a turn for only 6 MP. That's not too bad, right? So the other enemies are just goblins, but they hit pretty hard. Oh, that's great. That's okay, I'm sure I can handle this. It did occur to me that, I guess if I really want another generic unit, I could put myself into the game, rather than just, like, have Ramza as a stand-in. Just 24. Just one more, you would have had it. But, I'm a little reluctant to do that, just because, Ramza would normally be my stand-in for myself. I guess I could put, like, an Elmarin in. Let's see if this works. Shoot, I'm so sorry, I keep losing my train of thought. So this is going to be before all of those move. Oh, Umbra causes blind, by the way. I should have said that. This is going to go off after everybody moves, but he's also trapped. So the other version of trap, block him in so he can't move out of those squares. Ah, you blind. More importantly, Cold Run got a job level up. So yeah, I guess let me know if you think I should put myself into. That's because normally Ramza is my me stand-in, but and that's kind of how I think of it. So it feels unfair. See, 110 damage. Yeah, they're weak to ice. That is, they are weak to ice. Yeah, so Ramza is normally my stand-in. Early days, I would rename him after myself, which was really fun later in the game. But these days, he's a character in other crossover Final Fantasy games, and so I've started thinking of him as Ramza, not as like generic player stand-in character. And he's not even really generic player stand-in character. He actually does have a role, but these earlier games you could change everybody's name. Like Final Fantasy IV actually had a naming way you could go to multiple times throughout the game and change everybody's name you wanted. So Rydia could be Sue, and also then later Lisa, or whatever you wanted to do. Within character restrictions. And you know, Final Fantasy VI gives you the option to rename everybody, although I think you can only do it once for free, and then there's like an item you have to find to rename them later in the game after you've already renamed them once. And when I was younger, I used to like renaming all the characters after my friends and stuff, having fun with that. As I got older, it kind of just lost the sparkle for me, and I just liked letting the characters have their names and have that be their stories. So it's more like playing a work of fiction for me. So there's like a set story that actually happens. Who will you go after? Errol. So here's a fun thing you can do. I know it's not going to go off until Errol moves. Also, Errol's casting magic right now, so who cares? But I can do that, and then I can move him way far away, where he probably wouldn't have the range to hit that square in the first place. Errol can move. Let's hope that she's now that I skipped half of one of her turns. No. Yes, she's fast enough to go before the goblins now. So this guy's just going to die. I know Errol, in my real life, Errol will love just slaughtering goblins with Blizzard this way, I'm sure. It is fun to do that much damage. All at once. What did I was talking about? Renaming characters. Yeah, so these days I really like to do, I feel like Cecil and Kane from Final Fantasy IV like have their actual story, and it just now it feels a little weird to me renaming them. It's like going through a book and like scratching out somebody's name everywhere in the book and replacing it with your own or something. And that's just me. If you like renaming the characters, that's great. I used to love doing it too. My brain changed as I got older. 113 damage. Brain changed as you get older. So you grow out of some things. You grow into other things. It's all part of life, and I'm not going to begrudge anybody for enjoying it in a way that makes sense to them. But that's why I didn't rename Ramza. And if I do other Final Fantasy games, I'm not going to rename the characters, and that's my reasoning. So, in case you were curious, or just like hearing me talk about those things. Which, honestly, if you're listening to this Let's Play, I hope you do, because that's what I'm doing. I'm talking about these things. Alright, so it's 22 minutes in. I'm going to go a little long with this episode and go ahead and do this next fight. I think... I don't care enough. Oh, but I do care enough to save the data, so I don't have to do all that over again. Oh, I think I figured out what that weird save thing was. When you log back, when you quit the game in the iPad and then come back into it, like quit, like actually shut the program like that, when you come back in, it's like, oh, you had a game, do you want to continue where you left off? But like, it wasn't after the point that I'd saved. I don't know, that's weird. I think it was like right after the last story thing, or the last fight that I did, instead of after using the JP and stuff. So, I don't know, it's weird. But I think that's what was going on in that early episode, when I was like, what happened? I thought I saved it. I just hit OK on the wrong thing, because I didn't realize that was going to come up. Because it didn't used to on PlayStation. Alright, Brigand's Den. Let's move on. Let's do some story. Let's learn some things. And maybe, just maybe, have fun while we're at it. Alright, so Demeta's going to come. I'm going to go ahead and bring Rack. I'm going to bring Errol, and everybody can use items. And Calderon, I'm sorry, but you're going to sit out again. It's because you're a mystic, and I want you to level up as a mystic, but I don't. Mystics are kind of status effect-y, and I don't tend to go in for a lot of that. Although, this is a game where status effects can be really powerful, so maybe I'll try more of it. Just not right now. Sorry. Here we go, Brigand's Den. Oh, it's raining. Or is there just water? No, it's just water. It's not raining. Miluda. Our contact with the brigade is lost, and I fear we may be lost as well. How could you say such a thing? The battle's not yet even fought. We mustn't give in to despair, not until the nobles answer for all they've wrought. It ought not to have been like this. My brother was too soft, too indecisive. The enemy! Oh, you know what? I suppose one reason I should have brought Cold Run instead of somebody else is because all those thieves are men. Oh dear. This is going to be fun. I gotta kill them fast. Argith. I owe you a debt of gratitude for rescuing the Marquis. I pray I am able to repay it, even a little, by aiding you in this. I think that's the line of dialogue that would change if I picked the other option when we first met Argith. Like, he'd be like, I have to repay you back for saving my life or something. Because I think that's what he said, what I'm used to him saying. I've only done it this way like 2 other times, so... The enemy has white mages. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's Roycia. I was like, is that Rosa? Like, did they put Rosa in as a generic white name? But no, different name. If you've played Final Fantasy IV, you know what I'm talking about. Oh no! This is bad. I didn't think about this. I guess at least it wasn't the meta. Can I just hit you and wake you up? I can't remember how that works. I'm pretty sure that's how it works with Confusion, but I'm not sure if that's how it works with Charm. Alright, so you have to die, because I can't have you doing that to anybody else. One down, 2 to go. And let's see if this works. Actually, rather than hitting you with a staff that might cast Ice Blizzard on you, let's just throw a stone. Oh no, Errol leveled up by hitting Rack. This is terrible. Yes, so physical damage will knock somebody out of Charm. So that's good. That's a good reminder. I was pretty sure, but I wasn't positive. They're white mages who also have black magic set, or at least this one is. So... Oh shoot, I should have paid more attention to that. Sorry, Rack, I'm doing terribly for you today. Oh, thank God. That's right, Maluda has rend items. Don't rend my armor. That would be terrible. It would be really bad. Singleton. I think oh good, because I didn't move. That's right. Haha. I didn't move with Errol. Errol, your entire job this game is to throw stones at people so they're not charmed anymore. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's good that I can still enjoy this game after all these years. And this is why part of why I wanted to do a Let's Play aside from it's just to be able to share my enjoyment of the game with you, whoever's watching. Yeah, I really do enjoy this game. The ability to name some generic units and put them into the game and have them do awesome stuff or funny stuff during the fight, and just be able to be like, oh my goodness, did you see what Errol had to do? had to keep knocking our friends out of their charmed state. It's it is like an effect that goes away after some time. But yeah, I really like being able to share that, and I know like it can be a bit tedious to watch this kind of thing, but I always want to and if you don't know what the game's like or anything, like if I'm telling you about another game like Stellaris and you don't know the game, you can be a little bit like, but I don't understand any of this, so why are you telling me? But it's just fun, and this way you get to see it. You get to see it happen. Uh-oh. Don't do anything hasty, Eleanor. Okay. Eleanor must not have black magic spells or anything. Oh, I say everybody can use items, and then I forgot that Errol only has fundaments, not items right now, because she'd been in a chemist. And the items was in the top slot. That's okay, Throwstone has actually been really useful today. Oh, that's right, if I hit cancel. See, it's gonna take, it's been, what, 9-10 episodes now, and I'm still not entirely used to being like, oh, I have to go down and tap the cancel button down here, instead of just, like, moving my thumb half an inch and hitting the circle button or whatever. Although, funny story, and I can't remember exactly which way around it goes, but Final Fantasy VII comes out, and, like, the confirm and the cancel buttons are, like, confirm is X and cancel is circle. And then Tactics comes out on the same platform, and confirm is circle and cancel is X. And going between those two games is woo. Really something. Yeah, so Wyman's gonna go before you can get a spell off. But nobody else, so that's good. Just do this. Actually, yes, I'll just do this. I'm like, wait, will this work? Is the height difference too much? No, that's fine. Delita, you're such a nice guy. I mean, except for the whole kidnapping a princess that you do later on in the timeline, but earlier in the game, it's a flashback, what can I say? Are you gonna charm? You're gonna charm? Okay, you missed. Thank goodness. I was gonna say, are you gonna charm my critically injured archer there? Ooh. See, this is... Yes. Nope. There we go. So if you select a square underneath another square that you could move onto, it will flip between the two. And I thought I set the flip speed to slower. Maybe I didn't. I need to check that after this fight. That's why it was like, oh, but I can move there. But no, it was selecting up above my head right now instead. Always try to go for the healers before, when you can. If you have a high enough jump, you can actually get up there, get up to the top of the building, which is pretty fun. I don't think you can do anything from there, so just wait. Or if you come around to the way, if you go around the back, if you don't have enough jump, and go, nope, that's too high too. Never mind. I'm not actually sure you can get up there if your jump isn't high enough. Now that I'm looking at it. So we're going to... Yeah, so the touchpad thing is both nice and slightly irritating because if I'm using the direction pad, it's just select the next while I'm on the right one. This one I have to get the right angle so that I can target the thing. Ah, you missed too. Run away and hope Delete is nice again. $66, not bad, even for a non-boosted thing. Oh wait. Now that I'm looking closer at the graphics, it is raining, so I think Thunder is boosted from the weather. I don't know. There's probably a way to check. Maybe in the tutorial or the Chronicle. I should do an episode where I just read through Chronicle entries. That would be interesting, I think. Ooh. How can you nobles live as you do and yet hold your heads so high? We are not chattel. We are humans, no less than you. What flaw do you hold there to be in us? That we were born between a different set of walls? Do you know what it means to hunger, to sup for months on naught but broth of bean? Why must we be made to starve that you might grow fat? You call us thieves, but it is you who steal from us the right to live. You, no less human than we? Ha! Now there's a beastly thought. You've been less than we from the moment your base-born father fell upon your mother in whatever gutter saw you sired. You've been chattel since you came into the world drenched in common blood. By whose decree? Who decides such foul and absurd things? Just occurred to me, maybe I should say the character's name before I read their line, just so if you're just listening, you'll know who's talking. Argeth. 'Tis heaven's will. Miluda. Heaven's will? You would pin your bigotry on the gods? No god would fain forgive such sin, much less embrace it. All men are equal in the eyes of the gods. Men, yes, but the gods have no eyes for chattel. That was Argeth. Miluda. You speak of devils, not gods. Delita. Ramza, is this woman truly our enemy? So, at some point in this fight, I reach this point where she starts talking, and I want to make sure I get all of the dialogue out of her, because it's very developmental, and you will miss it if you kill her too fast. So, you might notice that I go a little easier on her, but I just really wanted to see as much as I can. And by sheer fact of Let's Play, I want you to see as much as you can. Basically, she gets dialogue on her turns, and sometimes Argeth or Delita will have dialogue with her on their turns. Shoot, I forgot. But it will only last so long because Delita and Argeth will kill her. Maybe I should have knocked Argeth out. But that's okay. Where are you going, Delita? Delita's like, I don't know about this. I'm gonna go, like, swimming in the deepest depths. Oh, thank goodness the steel heart is not hitting as often as at the beginning. And twice in a row I thought I was doomed. So stand there. Of course, the other nice thing about this is it's another fight where you have human enemies, so they might drop crystals, yellow crystals that I could learn some abilities from, which is always nice. Yeah, I thought so. Wait, did I say fire? Yeah, no, don't do fire. It's raining. I'm pretty sure fire will do less damage right now. And also she's in the water, and I don't know if terrain has that kind of effect. Maybe I should go through the tutorial. I bet a lot of this stuff is actually explained in the tutorial, and I just haven't done it since the first time I played the game, and that's how people know about it, and how I've missed it. Or forgotten it, because I did do the tutorial at one point in my life, but it was when the game came out. Well, I'm pretty sure I played the year after the game came out in 98 instead of 97, so. There, you still cured someone, Eleanor. Are you happy? I feel bad for having said that, because then I killed her. We're going to go to treasure chest, where I see it's got a crystal. Ramza can't get anywhere right now, so this will have to do. Okay, no abilities to learn for you, but I don't have to worry about you dying now, so. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to try to mop up what people drop, stay out of her range, and I really want to see the rest of this dialogue, because I know there's more that she has to say. So I might even throw some potions on her just to make sure. So, apologies if the rest... Ooh, leather plate, nice. Apologies if the rest of this fight gets a little bit tedious, but I really do want to get the rest of the... I kind of wish in battles like this, in games that have battles like this where there's dialogue in the fight, that it was more automatic, or that I guess that I knew a way to guarantee that it would all happen. I'm pretty sure. I mean, obviously you've gotten the idea that Argith is a jerk. Miluda is probably actually sympathetic. Talita is now unsure. And I guess by the same token, I should go keep Argith alive so that make sure he has... If he has more dialogue to be a jerk in, then I'll let him have it, I guess. Leather clothing, I can sell that for a bit. So, it occurs to me that it's rather timely to play this game, because it does, at least right now, it tackles a lot of these concepts of class and who deserves to live, essentially. Like, who deserves to eat? You know, the poor people are made to starve while rich people are fine. But, you know, it's set up as though the rich people deserve it and the poor people don't. It's not just in fictional games. Just these days in real life, we tend to justify it as, well, they didn't work hard enough, instead of saying, well, it's God's will. Although I'm sure there are people who still say it's God's will. So, hey, there's my job level. Oops. I might actually have to edit that out. That's my housemate. Give me just a moment to respond. My housemate, my wife's twin sister. No. Just saying it again. Oh, but I have it open on my computer, so it's not coming through. Whew. I guess I should turn off my messages or something. I'll see if she's okay with it. If she is, I'll leave it in. If not, I will edit it out. I always feel bad at the end of this fight, because I actually really like Neluda. I really think she's makes a good point, and then we still have to fight her. And it's just like, why can't we just... But like, at the same time, I appreciate it, because that sort of thing doesn't happen overnight. Like, Ramza's not just like immediately going to be like, oh yeah, I should turn against my family and everything I've ever known. That's not how people work. So I do appreciate this. And you kind of know that he's going to do a little bit of that, because you do see in that intro, says he's a sellsword, he's no longer a knight. So obviously he does try to walk away from all of this at some point. But it's certainly not like an immediate thing. Gonna end this, Delita, before I can get that treasure chest? That's alright, I don't mind. Yep. Okay, so I guess we didn't have any additional dialogue. Maybe it was just I was too fast, or maybe I'm misremembering. Ramza. Lay down your sword, resist us not, and your life will yet be spared. See, if I was better at voices, it would be easier to know who I was speaking as without me saying it, but I'm not that great at voices, you might have noticed. I'm trying. I'm doing some stuff, but I can't remember what voice I gave to anybody, and like, it's very subtle. Neluda. I'm no more than chattel to you, am I? So have my head and be done with it. Do you truly hold us to be so foul? Do it, Ramza. She fights as a corpse. Let her become one for true. Argith. She's foe and a traitor, an enemy of House Beolv. The world has no place for such wretches. Her claim to life is forfeit. Spare her now, and you place your seal on the warrants of our own deaths. It's her or us, Ramza. Strike her down. Delita. Try as I might, Ramza. I cannot think of this woman our enemy. Argith. Have you lost your wits? Delita. This woman is no more chattel than you or I. Argith. You would turn against our cause, Delita? I ought to have expected as much. Neluda. You deny me even the mercy of an honorable death. A pox on you and your pity. So long as you bear the name Beolv, you will ever remain an enemy to me. You do well to remember that. Ramza. Delita. What have we done? Delita just shakes his head. Argith. Humph. A pox on your pity indeed. Meanwhile, at Igris, high seat of Gallion, the Beolv Manse. Tietra. No, I won't go. Release me. Ragaroth. Be quick about it. Ragaroth is a Corpse Brigade knight on a chocobo. You're hurting me! Let go! Zalbag! Zalbag runs out and in rapid speed kills the guy holding Alma. Ragaroth. Time to cut losses. He runs away. Zalbag. Alma, are you unhurt? Alma. Yes, I'm fine, but Tietra. Zalbag. Yes, I know. Dicedarg walks out with a wound. Zalbag. Lord Brother! Dicedarg. Worry not, I am fine. Alma, are you alright? Alma. They did not harm me, but you're bleeding badly. Dicedarg. In no fevered dream would I have thought the brigade so bold to strike us here. They must have come for me. Zalbag. 5 among our guard are slain, and Tietra taken. Dicedarg. Find them. Search every den and dovecote if you must. Alma. Please, brother, you mustn't speak. Dicedarg. Bloody rebels. He collapses. Alma. Dicedarg! Zalbag. Someone! Anyone! Just use a potion, guys. You'll be fine. Am I the only one who carries potions on me at all times? So anyway, there's an example of me narrating the action as it happens. I guess let me know if you want more or less of that. Man, trying to do voices does a number on my throat. Alright, so, wow, 51 minutes. But I think worth it, because I wanted to get through that set. So, we will move on again in the next episode. But I'm going to go ahead and call it for now. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you have a great day. Thank you for watching, and I will talk to you next time. Bye for now.